Welcome back to Venture Outdoors with Kirk. This was the last weekend of bird season, bitter cold, but I managed to get a couple. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell notification, and as always, God bless. Take care. Hey everybody, I'm back out in that field where I saw the prairie chickens last time I was out here, and I literally just saw 8 or 10 of them fly over this hill. It's the last weekend. I'm going to try to go get them. I don't know how far they drifted over the hill, but this is last weekend, so got a little time before dark. I thought there might be more coming this way. I think they flew out of this ditch over here, tree line. So I'm gonna make an attempt to see if we can't find a couple. Like I said, these fields are pretty big. This one's a mile long. I just started going after these when all of a sudden get a little action already. I know you can't see it, but I tried zooming in as much as I could while editing this, but it was a solo prairie chicken, and he just took off and coasted way across the field. I didn't want to take a Hail Mary shot knowing that there's still more chickens out here. I hope you saw that. As soon as I stopped talking, we didn't walk very far, and that solo one prairie chicken jumped up. Like I said, I saw 8 or 10 of them, so I was expecting that other group to be there, and they just weren't. They must have kept gliding further. But you can see what I'm dealing with. I mean, it's just all wide open prairie. Where do you start? So at this point, I'm just gonna wait just before dark. See if some more fly back across here, because I know there's more here. I saw a bigger group than that last time. Not to mention hopefully some pheasants. I hear and see some fly back in the field. I don't want to drag this out. You can see the dog, he's looking at those birds. They literally just flew off from my left, glided up here in the field. We ended up chasing these birds from one end of the field to the other end of the field to the next end of the field. They just kept lifting up in front of us. I did get one shot off, but I didn't get it. Dang it. I'm back at this spot where I've jumped quail in the past. I'm totally expecting to find the quail along the milo field with this snow. And as I'm working my way up this little hill, I start to see some tracks in the snow. Storm's getting a little bit birdy. And as I approach this little thicket right here, I see some fresh tracks, and I call Storm over. So as I start to backtrack a little bit, I see some birds out in the milo lifting up, different various birds, but I actually think I see a quail. Storm, no. We'll get him on the way back. Come on. It's a nice covey. After that covey flushes, I'm just looking for some solos. It's hard to tell, but I did hit this bird, and we ended up finding it later on off camera.
Come here.
Fast forward a little bit, and I saw them go right in this thicket. As soon as we start creeping up here, the dog dives in, and I hear it take off, and you see it. It comes right at me and stays just on the other side of the trees. If you look, he's right off the right of my barrel in the freeze frame, right in the trees.
Storm. Boy, he flew right at me.
There was some more that landed further up, but we never did jump them.
So when I first saw those quail, when we first jumped them. When I came up that hill and I saw some tracks right in the snow, literally looking out in that milo, and I see a bird sitting on top of one of the stalks. I'm like, God, that looks like a quail, but you see so many of them starlings and everything else out here, I didn't think nothing of it. 2 seconds later, the whole field jumped up. We kicked him up, kicked up a single twice. He's just flying out through the trees and everything. I couldn't get a shot. And that last group was hiding behind that one pine tree. The one shot I didn't have, I was blocked from. Don't tell me they're not smart. They know what they're doing.
We were driving into this spot and there were pheasants in the ditch. So I started pushing up into this field to work this field. Unfortunately, the GoPro, it was so cold out, just couldn't keep them going. Batteries weren't lasting very long. I did end up getting a couple of birds. I got one rooster on the shot cam. Wasn't a very clean kill, but we did chase him down and ended up getting him. That brings my bird season to a close. I ended up with 3 birds this weekend. Thanks to Kyle. I appreciate the invite when I ran into you. Hopefully we get a chance to do a little bird hunting next season. Just a quick note, I do have some other trips coming up in the future now that bird season's over, so stay tuned for those.